real time. But yeah, Raichu, as he said, he's a little bit rusty, but he's a total nerd for this game, so I'm sure he'll be fine. Good luck, my friend. I'm sure you'll smash it.
All right, let's look at. We.
I think you can't be heard on stream, Raichu, while you're giving this absolutely incredible explanation of the game. I think it's only me who can be heard right now.
It's the under.
Just unmute and see what happens.
What's going on? Respond.
And turn your game audio down as well.
I'll turn my mic on. So
It's our first time doing this.
yeah. So
Freeze.
we're gonna shoot that guy twice. He's fallen asleep. He'll see us, but he'll be asleep, so it doesn't matter. It's fine. Little mini cutscene to skip. These little mini cutscenes are important that you skip them quite quickly because some of them like determine guard cycles and stuff. For instance, this one, if I don't skip it, I can't just run under that camera like that, which is obviously hugely beneficial. There's another one like right here. If I don't skip it, I'm gonna get shot by this guy. And I'll throw off the cycle for the guy in this room, and he'll see me as I'm heading up the stairs. And I might get shot dead if my health was low enough. So that's one thing.
Quite a little tricky shot to do as well, right? Because you don't like lock onto the guy. In MGS2 you can lock onto guards using L1, but we're actually just kind of free aiming for the wall to hit it. And if you don't get it right, you're going to lose some health, which is not too bad for this fight, right?
No, well, it doesn't matter because you die in one hit. Hulk is gonna one-shot me, so she's gone right, so that's fine. I'm gonna wait. Let her fire her gun. When I hear her stop shooting, I know it's safe to peek out because she can hit you from around that corner. Somehow. So this cutscene I can't skip. I have to listen to her little speech. I'm gonna shoot her 2 more times in the head. 4 headshots on any difficulty will take her down. On all difficulties, that is. Okay, I must have missed a shot, maybe?
I have no one. Nothing except you.
Now I'm a little
Yeah,
nervous.
probably got a body into it.
Nothing else matters to me.
Okay. That's okay. Not great, but I didn't die. That's what I was worried about.
Can't complain, didn't get shot, extra bullet in there, it's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's done right.
I guess my aim for one of my shots was a little off, so I ended up with 5, but that's fine. It doesn't matter.
Not to put additional pressure on you, but here's where we are up to at the moment. We've got some reverb from you and a double audio, but I think we can manage.
I'll pause real quick. So you can hear me like twice, I guess? Okay. I think then...
Just while we're sorting out these issues, Real Rambob donated $13.37. And he said, let's see some European extreme action, also for a good cause. No one should starve because of financial issues. Thank you for that donation. And also, Gotthard has used 1,000 bits. Thank you very much.
Send back up.
Who's there? It's the
Respond.
What's that?
Listen!
Are you okay?
What's going on? Respond.
Yeah, so this is the I think your mag's gone now as well, Raichu, so we're having a great time here. Did I put you off? That was me, probably.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake! Snake!
Hey, listen, I'm sure the technical difficulties will start out rough, but they'll get better as we go on.
Send out some reinforcements. There may be someone else. Move!
So we just blew up the tanker there. That's to create it's an RNG minute, and that makes sure that aims will spawn later. So it's a bit of an unknown strategy, that one, but
You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
maybe they can. Limes is doing stuff in the background, so we'll get there. Yeah, so we're coming up to the guard rush, which is an extremely hard part of the run. It's going to trip you up when you first land in this game. Going to take out a lot of guards, and we're doing non-lethal strategies as well. So we're going to use the M9 in the head. It's a good little trick at the start. You shoot the guard in the body with the SOCOM to stop him, and then you're able to get a headshot on him as well. And now we're just going to keep ducking behind this box carefully in order to avoid shots. When the guard comes out from the right-hand side and begins firing at us, that bullet can't actually hit us. When they pop out and shoot us, those can. So it's a tough fight. There's a lot of precise aiming going on. And at the end here, we're going to shoot the guard. Yeah, I heard it on your audio.
Snake?
So we can't take that many. We can't take that many shots, basically. Our health is so low, and the bullets do so much damage. Yeah, it's a rough old fight. When I first attempted to play European Extreme, this is one of the things I found most difficult, one of the rooms I found most difficult about the run. And it's very precise. Yeah, we've still got no audio from you, mate, sorry. Got no mic from you. I'll carry us, it's fine.
That can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Yeah, so Raichu's going to attempt to sort his microphone out as soon as we get out of the holds. I did something called the ladder glitch there. If you equip the camera at the same time as getting on the ladder, it will throw you into kind of like an out-of-bounds state, and we can manipulate that in order to get down the ladder quickly. It saves about 11 seconds. It's one of 2 glitches we'll use in the whole run. This is a little strategy. We just hold up the guards, which makes their body weight kind of shift, so we can get past them easily.
Okay.
Before rolling into hold 3, we'll equip the camera as well. That just means we have it equipped in the next room. Allows us to take the pictures a little bit faster.
Aircraft carriers will be reduced.
Okay, I should be at the bottom one.
The opposition
We're
from
taking
the
the pictures
Navy
from
is
2 spots. Normally you would have to go behind the Ray in order to get the Marines logo photo, but we can actually kind of glitch that out and get the picture from elsewhere.
Which is like super nice.
But
there's
if
also
you can hear Raichu, he's hopefully fixed it now.
yeah, I turned my mic on so you should be able to hear me. And a little trick I picked up from D-Limes, funnily enough, is that you can actually press triangle to skip that faster. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, neither did Platonic for the longest time.
And I mean, before I heard that, I think I heard that sometime this year. I mean, I've been running the game like 3 years and I had no idea. So
Right,
just
so I'm doubled, but we can hear you. Can we live with that? I think we're okay with that.
Why are you double though? Doesn't make any sense. If you're
Maybe
double,
there's just 2 of me speaking.
I could just turn off my desktop audio. I guess Lime does capture. I have no idea. I'm so confused.
It's complicated. I'm sorry there's 2 of me. I'm going to read a donation out. Big O Chief donated $20. He said, these guys have been really great to me and been so helpful in teaching me the MGS3 speedrun. The community took me in with no questions asked and everybody's been so kind, so it's only right that I give back. And that's a really nice donation, and that's the same for everyone. We love seeing people run these games and we're glad to have you with us.
Absolutely. It's like it's one of the nicest things when people come and they want to learn. And like when you're able to pass on the knowledge you've gained over the years to other people, it's nice. It helps keep the cycle going as opposed to just like dying off, because I mean, I'm sure one of these days I will eventually get sick of playing the same game every day. Today is not that day, but
I won't.
And Jojo, thank you for the save again.
Wait, is it really Joe playing?
It could be.
You've been fooling us.
Yeah. I'm just using his run. Good work, right? So yeah, this is just like, it's really quiet here, so if anyone has a suggestion for the audio, I can pretty much deal with it. Now is the best time to deal with it. But yeah, so for the moment, I'm just gonna wait on a phone call, and we have to wait for the elevator. So this is very reminiscent of MGS1. When this guy stands up, I'll mash square. So I'll grab him as soon as he is available to be grabbed. And I'm just gonna wait. And I want to listen for that. And I know I can move. And I just kind of hang out here for a moment. So once this guy is almost out of frame, I'll knock to get his attention. And then we will wait for the elevator to come. We're done. The docks, straightforward enough. It's definitely a little more involved than the docks in MGS1, I think, personally. But it's a fairly straightforward strategy. Once you kind of get the swing of it. It was definitely one of the easier things for me to pick up learning European Extreme. So here we have...
The guards behave differently in the docks as well, and if like compared to every other guard in the whole game, like they all get knocked out with one cartwheel and stuff. They're kind of weird guards.
Yeah, it's like they were built to be like training tools rather than, because like I mean, punching. I think I counted something like 30 punches it takes to knock out a guard on European Extreme, but not those guys. They kind of act like very easy guards in a way. It's weird, but it's useful.
Just the kind of thing we do, count 30 punches, see how many it takes to knock out a guard.
It's useful information, probably.
Yeah.
But so I did mention at the tanker, and you may not have heard me. If that's the case, I apologize, but I'll repeat it here. MGS2 kind of gets a lot of shit for having a lot of cutscenes, a lot of codecs, and nowhere is it more obvious than here. It's like almost every room we go into, there'll be a new codec or a new cutscene. It's like every couple of steps. So here's going to be another batch of cutscenes about now. And once we're finished these, we don't even make it out of the strut when there's another codec.
I think the worst thing is, in Metal Gear Solid 1 you can hold X to skip cutscenes, but they decided that you would have to mash it again for MGS2.
Yeah, so
and there's like way more.
Lord. It's like you have to mash cutscenes. You get to hold X for cutscenes in MGS1, but you have to mash the codecs. So they got rid of that for MGS2, but instead you have to mash the cutscenes. It's like, guys, you're taking one step forward and 2 steps back here. Like, you were onto something and then you just kind of ruined it by doing that. But So yeah, it gets a little tiring, especially if you kind of play for a long time. Just mashing like. Rrr.
If you've got hand problems like me as well, it's really bad. MGS2 especially is very heavy on mashing X constantly throughout the whole game.
Yeah, like it's crazy, especially at the start. Like the start is the worst. The first maybe 15 minutes or so. Oh well, 15 minutes if you don't screw up the guard rushing. Yeah. Well, did I die anywhere?
These things happen.
Oh yeah, I blew up the ship. That was it.
So yeah, this is the cutscene that we're able to skip with New Game Plus. Normally this cutscene is about 9 minutes, right?
Something like that, 9 or 10, yeah.
Yeah.
It's very long.
So it's the Stillman cutscene. So that's why we play on New Game Plus. It also randomizes the location of aims later in the game, but aside from that, the game is essentially the same. Obviously on New Game Plus Plus you get the sunglasses, which makes you look cooler, but it doesn't make you run any faster.
Which is a shame. Oh, and I don't know if you mentioned, because I was smashing cutscenes, the bomb position in Strike D is a little bit different on New Game Plus for European Extreme, so they're if you do New Game Plus Plus, you get a little bit of an easier Strike D strat and some sunglasses, but if you play New Game Plus, you get no sunglasses and a little bit of a faster Strike D strat. So, do you want sunglasses or do you want to be like a second faster? It's like, pick one.
That's a hard choice.
So basically we're just going to defuse a bunch of bombs, and every time we defuse a bomb there'll be a radio, a codec even, or every second bomb I think is how it usually works. I'll get one in B, F, D, and Strut C. That's usually how, I think that's how it goes anyway. But yeah, so
there are 2 speeds for defusing bombs as well. We've got something called a fast bomb, which I think is like it's like double the speed for a defuse. And there's certain bombs you can get that on, certain ones you can't. The Strut B bomb, when you open the door, you'll always get a fast bomb. During the Fat Man fight, we'll make use of that as well. You always want to get the fast bomb, and there's specific places you have to stand in order to be able to do that.
And that guy's not actually dead. He's just gone for a swim. He'll be back. And
the diver.
Yeah, like I lost Big Boss at the sensors, but damn it, I wasted that ammo. That's not good. Sir, thank you. Good lord.
You're gonna bust out those 30 punches.
Yeah. This is. Remember when I said 30 punches? Here's the proof. Yeah. So I did lose Big Boss already, but even if I hadn't, that guy doesn't count as a kill. Who I knocked off the bridge.
That's because he's definitely alive.
He's just gone for a swim. It's fine. He's an Olympic swimmer. I think that's what Jag said at GDQ. He's like an Olympic swimmer or something.
Yeah.
So that's cool and rise. Blink and you miss it. Except when I fail it. And we're defusing this bomb from behind, or attempting to. There's like a certain spot you can stand in, or crouch in I guess as it were. And you can hit it from behind the whatever that thing is. It just saves, and that saves quite a bit of time in fairness, because crawling all the way over there, freezing the bomb, and crawling all the way back, it's like 20-30 seconds. It's not good. So here's one of these.
We'll do quite. Sorry, you go, mate.
I was just gonna say, this is a newish kind of strat that I think Limes came up with, or no, I believe it was Tyler. He came up with it for his GDQ run. It's like a safer alternative to Strut F. So we use a chaff grenade instead of like, I don't even want to talk about the strat we used to use. It was silly. Like,
Involved.
Oh nice, I didn't take any damage. So the strat we used to use, we stand at that corner as we come in, spray that guard in the face, go grab the M9. Oh no, position is terrible. Go grab the M9, come back out, hold him up and shoot him at the same time. Don't roll into him. Take like a really sharp line to avoid getting seen by a guard who would be right above us right now. And I mean, like, it is so tight, it's ridiculous. If you're even a little bit too far out, you're done. The strat's ruined. Drop on top of the box, defuse the bomb, drop down off the box, go collect the stun grenade and try and get out in time. Oops, I don't have a small mistake, but that's fine. And it's just, it's so complicated and convoluted. Like, many a run I did died to Strut F And we're gonna pick up a claymore here. Really? Oh, okay. Well, I got it. Another, so I'm gonna have to take and continue anyway.
Right, what's wrong?
What I was supposed to do there was
Right.
roll in at a certain spot, roll onto the claymore, and coolant rise, and I should have got away with it, but I failed. I failed you.
Got away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling ciphers.
Oh my lord. Okay. Let's try again. So this is the rust.
We can't continue basically with an alert, so we get rid of the alert because it just makes the next room so much harder. So you're better off just resetting and doing it correctly.
So I'm actually just going to throw the chaff grenade, wait for it to go off, and then... I missed whatever. So I want to roll like here-ish. Coolant rise, and you grab that claymore. The only reason for that is it makes the next... it makes subsequent trips across the EF bridge much safer. So this room is going to be a little different than if I was on caution, but it's generally the same idea. Shoot that guy. Shoot that guy. Shoot that guy. Shoot.
The FPS section of the game. Like, there's any Call of Duty teams out there looking for a good shooter. Raichu's pretty good at getting them headshots.
And I'm going to shoot this camera for no other reason than like being safe. Uh-oh. I'm not going to make the bomb, I don't think. I will. Okay, I now have to reset the room. Damn it. That's fine. Yeah, that's okay.
The bomb's on the carousel. It's on a box on the carousel. And we set up that room so we can get it in a specific place, but unfortunately, when you go into a weapon like the coolant, if you hold in a direction on your analog stick, it will just basically make Raiden spin in the opposite direction, which kind of ruins setting that up.
Please, sir. Thank you.
I didn't know they all immediately wake up if you walk out of the room.
Yeah, they're on a, like, they only say sleep for like 30 seconds, so you have very little actual time to do it, and usually it is about as long as it takes you to get in and out of a room before they'll wake up. So this is the bomb. We're freezing it from behind the box. That's fine. Ah, dear, my menus are all over the place. But yeah, that's how that should have went, but that's fine. I kind of expected stuff like that to happen. Some of these rooms, like, things get a little easier after bomb disposal. Bomb disposal is kind of one of the hardest parts of the run in its own little way.
Sure.
Like, some of these rooms are like a joke. Kind of once you get past bomb disposal, things do kind of get a bit easier until like the raise, kind of, and then I'm a bit more worried. My movement here has been awful, so I'm going to take the safe approach out of here. So get that bomb under the Harrier. Usually you just kind of run back the same way you came, but I didn't like my movement that much, so I just kind of took it a little safe and played it a bit cautiously, because I don't want to take another continue. Thank you very much. I'm holding.
So every room in the game is kind of on a cycle. As soon as you enter the room, a guard will start walking from one place and he'll do his route. So you know, and you can feel it when you're playing, that if you're a little bit slower in a room, that things aren't gonna work the same for what you want to do. So that's why we have those kind of backups and additional strategies we can use.
I go like this. I don't even know I'm there. Brilliant, easy peasy. There is a little strat you can do. You can like hold them up and get into the box, and it's convoluted, and I'm not in the position to be messing around with stuff like that right now. So we just roll past that guy. He'll get up. He'll be very confused. So strat D is really involved. I failed it already.
Enemy sighted. Requesting backup unit.
That's fine, probably.
If the guard doesn't completely finish their radio call, the alert won't actually go out. So you can trank them on the last syllable, basically. Strat D is categorically one of the hardest runs in the whole. One of the hardest
I'm
rooms.
just gonna reset the room. It's not worth it. This is
You were
fun.
holding on to it for so long, you were like, no, I will make it work.
Nah, but
will
I
make
just
it
realized
work."
like the backup guys are gonna just wreck my whole life. So I'm just like, it's just easier just to try this again. So this headshot is difficult. I missed. Missed, yep. Okay. I know Lime says this a different way, but I'm not 100% sure how he does it.
No, this isn't
So I'm
happening.
just gonna try.
Jack, you have to
I'll try it
answer
once
me.
more, and if I
Jack!
I'll try and get reone if I fail it again.
I can't like express enough how hard this room actually is.
There we go.
It really is challenging.
Who's that?
Something you'll see Raichu do quite a lot is when a guard sees him, he'll immediately change the box, and that makes the guard change from being in like shoot at you mode to jump on the radio mode, basically.
And that's everybody dealt with. So we just have 2 more bombs, and the benefit of New Game Plus, in its own little way, is the last 2 bombs are just right on top of each other. So it's like easy peasy to get them. If you do New Game or New Game Plus Plus, the first bomb is like right underneath you when you come in the room, so you go in through the bottom door. There's one right, that very last one I just froze, and the one that's over where I knocked it, where I jumped up on that guy. So you kind of do it a little bit backwards almost. So you have to, and that's where the benefit, the speed comes in. You have to come in and do the first one, then go all the way around and do the last one in the area, and then swing back to the middle to that middle one that I froze in the grate. So it's a little bit faster just to kind of tackle 2 at once, as opposed to like one there, and one all the way over there, because you're stopping, you're standing still, you're opening grates, you're using the cooling. It's just a little bit faster, but it's also a little bit harder. So it's like,
It's such an involved room. No matter what kind of strategy you go for in there, there's all kinds of timers working in the background that you're on.
it's like basically 6, and I need ammo for this open, so no, it's the other one, I think. No, it's the other one. No, it's that. No, there's no SOCOM ammo in here. What?
Which toilet will the ammo be in?
None of them. None of them have SOCOM ammo. What the hell? Oh wait, it's in the
Well, if you
men's
got one
bathroom.
bullet.
Yeah, I have one. I just have to aim carefully now.
So you can take out the ciphers with only 1 bullet, but you have to hit them very precisely.
Or just chance. Or you can leave it up to luck. Just auto aim and hope that right hits it in the head. But I'm not going to do that. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's fine. I don't need any SOCOM ammo for the next little while. The next time I'll need it is at Fat Man, and I'll get some during the Fortune fight, or right at the very end, I should say.
It's actually better to have no ammo now, right? You generally want an empty SOCOM after you've taken out that cipher, right?
Yeah, because so there's 2 ways of doing Fortune. You can use the mock strat, which is like the go-to for most people, I think, or you can do the iframe strat, which is how I learned it, because it's what was popular at the time, I guess. So I'll use the pop-out animation that Raiden has when you press against an object to give me iframes. To abuse iframes, I should say. Not give me, abuse them. And you'll see that. And I think that strat, I like it because it is a little bit faster because it's got less lag, and it also looks kind of cool. But the box strat, I have nothing against anyone who uses the box strat. I completely endorse using it because it's way easier and way safer. But
yeah, the box gives you a better turn-in circle, right? So you can turn more rapidly.
It can take like better turns, yeah. It's silly, when you're in the box you can like make these really sharp turns that you can't make out of the box. I kind of want to demonstrate the box strat now, but I did promise to demonstrate the iframe strat.
No, we want to see the iframe strat.
It's because, you see, nobody really uses it no more, that's the thing. It's like, everyone's, oh no, box strat OP, I'm like, ugh.
It really is a symbol of an old school runner doing the pop out.
Oh yeah. Nobody used the box strat
signature.
when I learned. Nobody, like, it was unheard of. No, that's not true actually. Plywood used it when he did his extreme runs, but in general it was all the iframe strat. That's just how I learned the game. I mean, even up until a couple of months ago I was still doing like the old bomb disposal route without, I was throwing a chaff at guys, doing this silly F strap. Then I saw the error of my ways. So here what I need to do is I need Fortune to destroy this forklift. Shoot it twice. I'm going to take an L shape. I'm going to just keep doing this. I'm waiting for the music to change. That's how I know I need to change my position. So start going. Is this like sound? I know it's like that here. That box. 2. Now I gotta move over here. Just gonna shoot 10 times. Press circle and not square. But this is fine. You can take one hit from Fortune and still get away with it. Provided she doesn't like knock you into fire or something like that happen. If she knocks into fire, you might as well just call it. You're probably dead. And then it'll be sometimes 10, sometimes 12. So I don't count here, I just wait. She'll eventually stop shooting at me, and she'll just kind of just shoot in general all over the place. Start screaming and yelling. Maybe now. I can tell by the music. That's it.
I'm just going to mention a donation here if that's okay.
Go for it.
Elstripos donated $10 with no message, but that does take us over the $50 mark, and thank you so much everyone who's donated so far. We're 30 minutes in. It's really nice to see.
Only 30 minutes? That's not bad.
Yeah.
It's bad, but it's not as bad as I thought.
It's the rust.
Yeah,
Man,
like,
don't worry about it.
That's not as bad as I thought. I thought I was like 35, 40-ish minutes maybe, but that's fine. So
I want to say, like, Raichu has just recently moved house. He's not had a chance to play any computer games. He's been sanding the floors, running after children, looking at, doing his house up. He hasn't had the same amount of time, and I think he's doing a good job so far.
Speedrun moving house. So so this bridge is as easy as it always is. The FA bridge is like the chillest bridge in the game. You just run straight across it. There's nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. So here I want to take kind of a wide angle so he sees me. Trick him with the box. Shoot him twice. And there we go. Now this is the benefit of taking that claymore earlier. I can just go straight across. Okay, I might be in a bit of trouble here. So yeah. I'm probably not going to kill myself because it would be much slower to do that. I'm just going to wait until the caution and I'll adapt. Because a continue here sends me back to Strade. It's not like I just start back on the EF bridge. So
yeah, this is one of the absolute worst places in the game to take a continue because it sends you just miles back.
Now I can deal with the caution in here because it's so this is what the room would have looked like if I didn't take that continue on EF earlier. So shit, this guy. I don't really need to shoot him, but I kind of do. Bye bye. So that's fine. Don't need to worry about any of that. And now it's fine. We're out of here. To continue, the caution will clear.
First time, easy.
So if anyone who is not familiar with MGS2, we're getting to fight a boss. This time it's actually fighting a boss. It's not just dodging iframe, using iframes for a minute and a half or so. We're actually going to fight a boss. And our first boss is Batman. And Batman is probably the hardest boss on European Extreme, if I'll be honest.
He's definitely up there.
But we can kind of manipulate him a little bit because his behavior is very predictable, so we'll try and get the fastest fuse. No, that's definitely not the fastest fuse. Bait him to shoot us. Shoot him in the rollerblade. Fuse the bomb. During his little recovery. Take our shot. Take our chance to get a second shot. Because we defuse that bomb, he does that little dance. That's always going to happen. And now we chase him. 6 shots, I believe, to knock him down. And once we knock him down, we're going to try and get 2 headshots. On Extreme and European Extreme, you have like very little time to get the first headshot before he gets into that recovery state, like so. So getting 2 is tricky, but ideal. So he's giving me a decent pattern. He's kind of sticking near the ammo and not making life too difficult for me. So I need to finish this fight, no matter what. One soak will at least, which I use fashion. Yeah, finish it with 2. That's fine. I need it because I have to destroy one cipher on the F bridge when I go into F in a few minutes. And if I don't have it, I honestly don't know what to do. I've never been in the position where I've needed to know what to do. And I don't know if anybody even has been in that position. But I can't imagine it's anything good. I guess it's probably some nonsense with the box or something. Some slow nonsense, but...
Something that's not really that noticeable, but Fatman, it's very easy for Fatman to just get completely away from you.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can't know where he is. The sound doesn't really give him away as well, so you just kind of like using the auto to lock onto him. Fortunately, Raichu like kept him as close as possible there. But yeah, it's a very, very tricky fight.
One little thing you can do is you can kind of manipulate where he'll go. He always kind of tries to get away from you for the most part. So if I'm on in front of him, he'll kind of go away from me. But sometimes he will decide, no. If you're like facing closer to the south end, he'll decide, well, I'm going to go north. But sometimes he can be like, no, I want to go south. I'm feeling south today. So he's manipulative. You can manipulate him, but not consistently.
Not as much as we'd like.
It's definitely not consistent. Fatman just kind of does what he wants for the most part, and it's very, very easy for him to just get away from you completely. Like, if he gets away from you, he's planting bombs. If he's planting bombs, you're wasting time. He's a very difficult fight. It's kind of one of those fights that can just really get out of control really bloody quick. As well as the fact that him bumping into you does an extraordinary amount. Oh yeah, he's asleep. Does an extraordinary amount of damage. Like if he gets too many bombs down, damage be damned. You're never going to get away with him. And I know when I was learning this, one of my biggest concerns was having full health for Fatman, because he can bump you an awful lot. Because sometimes he's supposed to go away from you and he comes towards you, and if he bumps you, it's like a bunch of your health gone, or if he shoots you, God forbid, it's even worse. But here we're going to try and shoot a wall. Another distraction shot. Send that guy into the corner because he's not very intelligent. You have to get a closer look. So we grab our RTA. So now we look like one of the enemy soldiers. Not those guys, but the guys in the core have different uniforms for some reason. That they tried to explain away. Shoot that side.
They don't want to just let you disguise as the enemy for the entire rest of the game. It's just in here.
Yeah, but the thing is, they could have just given you the disguise and let you look like one of those, because they take the balaclava soon anyway, so whatever. It's whatever.
Freeze.
The VDU, the costume that we're wearing, has a few additional things that it does as well. It makes loads take longer in certain areas, which is good, and it also makes it so you can not be seen from further away. So it's pretty good.
So I cause a caution on purpose. The main reason is just to do that, to be honest. No other good reason. So I get rid of my M9, I won't need it anymore. And we're going to pick up our D mic, which is directional mic.
There's something that Kojima put in the game that he was so impressed with that he decided to put in MGS3 as well. He was just like, this thing's great, I'm a genius. You have to use it to find aims, otherwise you literally cannot like progress. So we have to pick that up, we can't just go to aims. I love how both of them are checking you out.
Yeah, I shouldn't have cartwheeled around that corner like that. That was my fault, but whatever. Usually if it's just one of them, I'll usually just swipe them in the head with the AK and I'll knock them out. When it's two of them, it's not worth it. I should actually say, I don't know if I said it earlier, I know I mentioned earlier that guards in this game, when they get like alerted to you as being an enemy, they don't immediately go into alert. The one exception to that rule is those backup guys, those Golukovich backup soldiers. They don't have a radio per se, they just cause an alert, and they ever like wear an earpiece or whatever, that's somehow magically uninterrupted by chaff or anything. But so those guys are, you have to be careful with those fuckers because they will ruin your whole life. But here's Ames. Ames is, I don't know where he is. He's here somewhere. It's like trying to find Waldo.
I hope he spawns for you. I've heard reports of him not spawning at all in this room.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh, it's pretty decent. That's
Your
a half decent Ames. And if you get him in like the first line of hostages, you can be pretty happy usually. Unless you're playing on MGS2 Wiki PC, in which case you're probably going to be very sad about that because he wasn't got Ames.
King.
There's a new strat that's only really used in very easy, but because the pause pauses the IGT, so it doesn't affect your actual time that we use for counting the speedrun. You can actually pause as soon as you get into that room after going into first person and see where Ames is, and then immediately run to him.
Oh yeah,
controversial strat.
I should have used that just to piss on somebody's cornflakes, but I didn't think of it. I really didn't. I forgot all about that. I love that strat because it's like, I get why it pisses on people's cornflakes because you're abusing the IGT and so on. Like, so what? Like,
I think it abuses us more. It's about time we got our own back.
Like, I don't accept that as an argument because I remember Stealth Edge and Tyler and I had this idea of using, during the Solidus speech, using the stinger, just spamming it repeatedly to induce lag because we were under the impression at the time that lag slow down the timer. Like if the speech continues at full speed and the game is lagging, we could probably just save some time. Yeah, that's what I need.
This is the kind of lengths we'll go to get our times lower.
So shoot that Cypher. I need to be careful about which panels I step on here. Because I do have to come back over this bridge and the panels won't be back again. The ones I've knocked down there are just gone forever. So if I knock too many down, I think I can get away with 3 in a row, but any more than that and I'm not going to be able to just cartwheel across. But shoot that guy in the radio. We'll grab the PSG-1. You really need that, you don't want to forget it.
Huh? It's him. Everyone stay on guard. Who is it?
Understood. Reinforcements are on the way.
You need to bump him because that guy, if you're on Big Boss, he has like a super short call out. It's just like, I need some help here, and you're probably going to get an alert if you don't bump into him. It's unlikely you're going to get out of the room before he gets his call off. So the caution won't tick down anymore. By causing the caution to refill on the HD collection, and maybe PC, I think it's only the HD collection though, the caution just becomes infinite.
But Raichu, someone told me in the YouTube comments of the video that that's not actually a glitch.
Oh my god, yeah, I love YouTube comments. God.
It's a glitch on the HD collection.
It reminds me, I have like some Splinter Cell runs I did a while ago, and some fella posts on one of them. Like most of the ILs I have posted are like,
Who is it? I have him. I need some backup here.
1 second. Yeah, like most of the ILs I posted are world records, whatever those are. And this guy comes and tells me how he beat my time on emulator, therefore I don't have world record anymore. Completely ignoring the fact that 1, emulator is separated on the board, and 2, I mean, like the emulator is like 10 times faster than the PS2. Like, get gripped. Like, go away.
We love a good YouTube comment.
Oh, they're brilliant.
Keep them coming.
Like, it runs faster, frame rate rise, loads faster. Not that loads count anyway, so it doesn't matter, but just get to the fuck what you did. But anyway, this is just sensor shooting 2.0. Or
There's
pigeon
like
shooting,
so
because
many sensors on Euro. There's just, I don't know, I'm gonna estimate there's about 1,000.
sometimes it feels like that. And these ciphers, you have to be really careful of these ciphers. If you shoot the cipher, the bridge blows up. Could you? Okay, there we go. Yeah, if you shoot the cipher, the bridge is gone. I don't know why. There's no good reason for that. Oh, I think I know which one I missed. I'm only good at this one. God, when you haven't played for a while, it's like you just keep forgetting that. And I'm gonna pick this ammo.
You got all 1,000 sensors.
I need to pick up that ammo just because if I don't, Snake is going to drop... Oh, sorry, Pliskin is going to drop ammo on me during the fight, and that's not good. He can choose to do it at a very inopportune time, cause me to reload, and if that happens, I'm dead. So I prefer to at least have a bullet going into the fight. So the Harrier, I'm going to try and get 5 shots. There's 1. 2. 3. 4. That should be 5. No, 4. Whatever. And 1 5 anyway.
Did you get a 4 and a bit Harrier?
A 4 and like
4 plus 1 bit.
It's fine. So I need to wait till he flies over this building. And then from here it's just... I'm just going to lay into him as much as I can. Eventually he'll move to the next phase. Oh, this fight sucks. God, I'll never forget when I first learned this game. Like, I must have died on my very first run about 10 times. Like, oh really? That missed?
I just watched someone do it and then thought, you're joking, right? I'm not going to do that. It's, you know, you die to pretty much any hit. The floor is lava. You're tougher than I thought.
There's very few attacks I think you can level at you that you won't die from. I think the only one is you can tank a machine gun.
I'll let you go out in style.
You don't really want to get to the machine gun phase, so that's kind of immaterial. Oh, you can die to your own rockets if I did that. Pass over shots.
You get it does double damage, right? When he flies over and you hit him without scoring the lock-on.
No. You can get a double damage shot. I've gotten it once. The idea is you can get 2 hits off in quick succession. As he's flying over you, you're hitting him, and then by the time he's in a position where you can lock on again, you can just hit him right away. So you get 2 shots for when you should really be only able to get 1. Because you're kind of the idea is you're shooting the missile at a point where the Harrier is coming into contact overhead, so the missile just happens to leave your stinger right as he passes, and you just hit him that way. It's so stupid, and it shouldn't work, but it's great that it does. And I know some people line that shot up a little differently. I know D-Limes and Tyler like to use like iframes and stuff, but I can't be bothered with any of that nonsense. So I'm gonna try not to die here.
It's a deep fight, right? Like there's a lot to it.
Oh, the Harrier is like so in depth. Like there's phases and there's like even like okay, so I missed the 5 shot, so the fight changed immediately for me. When he was flying over strut D, I think that was. No, that wasn't strut D. That would be strut, whatever strut that was. Right after, like, so I got the 4 shots. I shot him off in the distance, and he flew over that little building. If I had shot him before he flew over that building, he'd immediately go to the die shot phase, and I'd lose out on tons of damage. Like, you saw how many shots I got off. I got at least 3 or 4 shots there. I'd lose them. I wouldn't get the chance. He'd go straight into die shots. And if that happens, I don't get enough damage, and he's going to go to, like, missile phase. He's going to go to the machine gun phase. And the machine gun phase is such a nightmare to deal with. It's not fun. So
it's a big thing to know, like, when you can and can't deal damage to Harrier, like when the time is for you to hide and when the time is for you to be able to actually hit him. And obviously it's more pronounced on Euro, because if you try and hit him when he's going to hit you, you're dead.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I was even kind of questioning at the missile phase, before he starts spamming missiles at you, you can get 2 shots, but I was almost questioning if I wanted to get 2 shots, or was I just going to, maybe I'll just go with 1 and just play it safe, but I was like, nah, look, if I die, I die. I didn't get 5 shot anyway, so I don't care. So here's actually, Apache mentioned earlier about the BDU and why you shouldn't wear it in some locations. If I wore the BDU into that room for those cutscenes, I would still be skipping them. That's not a joke.
Still be there. Yeah, for some reason it's anywhere that kind of renders anything, like it renders any characters during the cutscene. It's not just like playing a video. The BDU will make those cutscenes lag.
I don't know. I guess they just didn't expect you to wear it outside of Ames, but even it slows down the Ames cutscenes too. So I guess it's the game is like it takes it a little longer to render in the model of riding with the BDU. It's bad. Like, it's bad in some places, but I don't think there's an area that is as bad as right there. Like, it's ridiculous.
So we do have a donation of $6.52 by JSOT, and his comment is brought to you by the Apache Poker Fund. So he's literally donated the amount that I lost in poker on Friday. Great friends I've got there, all for a good cause. I don't care if you want to make fun of me for a good cause. I'm all about that.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're gonna make fun of someone, at least do it charitably, you know? Like, I'm basically making fun of myself with this run, but it's okay because it's for charity, so I don't mind. But I'm having
this is
fun.
a hard game.
I'm having
This is
fun.
a hard game.
I'm also kind of... If it wasn't for the rust, it'd be fine, I think. But honestly, I expected it to be much worse. So, I'm not too bent up about it. Oh, I only got 4 stun grenades. Why? I didn't get them on the heliport, that's why. Uh-oh. That's fine. So Tengu 1's gonna be fun. Well, in that case, I'm like...
We're getting that body armor, I guess.
Yeah. That's the reason. God almighty. I don't understand why you skip the body armor. Like, I get it. It loses sometimes.
10 seconds,
like,
bro.
I mean, yeah. How much does it continue cost? There's 10 seconds lost. I better skip it now. Like, no thank you. What am I doing?
So the Nikita has 2 speeds. If you let it fly, it goes up to its full speed.
I'm not even like... It's that bad now. I haven't played it. I can't even remember where to bring the Nikita. Like, that's how bad it is.
Just go for a look. I'm sure you'll find it.
What is it?
Don't you dare. So that's one wonderful thing about EUEX. If he trips over himself like that, I can't let the Nikita land, or he will die. It's as simple as that. He has to crouch.
What are you doing?
Like that, he has to cower in fear. Or he'll die. There's no two ways about it. It's stupid.
Yeah, the president's quite easy to kill on Euro, but you can kill the president on the lower difficulties. I ended up on speedrun fails because I killed him on very easy. You have to hit him twice.
Yeah, like the president is like, he really wants to die. He just runs into your missile. He like gets in the way. Like, I'll never forget what I think it might even be on the board. I had a normal run where I shot the missile and he ran towards it, but I didn't have enough time to react to it, and somehow the missile went through him. And so we didn't die, but I'm just I can still remember like the heart attack. Like I could just feel my heart stop with this guy just running into my missile. I'm just like, yeah, I've killed him on heart too. I actually got a record at the time, even though I killed the president. So it's not impossible, I guess, but it's not.
Just
good.
kill him like 10 seconds before he dies anyway. Nice.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, he's gonna die anyway, so who cares? So I need...
Oh, yeah, the president dies, by the way. I think it was a heart attack.
something like that. You got a heart attack or shot in the heart. I suppose they're mutually exclusive. Something about the heart anyway. So I'm probably gonna try... No, I'm not gonna try. I am doing some glitch, because I'll be honest, I don't even remember how to get the van otherwise, because I haven't done it in so long. So swim glitch it is, and if you've never heard of swim glitch, then you know I'm jealous of you. You're in a better position than I am. But basically, I'm gonna try and rub Raiden's face against this corner, and he'll gain height for some reason. Because
the swim glitch is the worst thing ever made.
It really is. So I'm mashing circle, and for me, some people use the analog, but those people shouldn't run this game. And the D-pad, left on the D-pad, so I can, in a very particular rhythm, if I can recall that rhythm. Yeah, there we go. Something like that, basically. And it's very, very tricky.
So hard. Like, I've run this game for 2 years and I can't do it. Like, it's so hard.
There we go. Now we're stuck in diesel. Alright, there we go. So I'm gonna go up through the ceiling, because walls are a man-made object, or a figment of one's imagination.
Concept.
And here we go. Under we go. And we'll surface about here, and we're technically inside the vamp room. So if I saved absolutely no time doing that, like at all.
Just wanted to show you what it looks like.
But if I did it correctly, or in fewer tries, I guess, I would have saved swimming to vamp. I'd have skipped a mini cutscene with Stillman and a codec. And on the HD collection, the codec alone saves quite a lot of time because you may have noticed they take a long time. One second.
The vampire punch him and essentially keeping him in this for as long as possible. You have to avoid his knife, which throws out a massive mark. Moving correctly at all, if you go too far away from him, punches and will break the cycle and it'll go back in the water. You'll have to reset that. That was very, very clean.
And you know that wasn't
the PPK at the end.
That was my proof that this isn't Joe's run, because if it was, it would have been like 10 punch cycles. But
yeah, Joseph Joestar 316 is an absolute beast of that fight. Everyone acknowledges him as like the best vamp puncher.
I have never in my life seen somebody, like I have because I've seen multi-segments, but I've never seen somebody as a single segment runner just do it without, like, he doesn't even break his way. It's just like, whatever, do it, you know. It's actually very reminiscent of like watching D-Limes do raise. It's just like, you know, that's his element. Like, he doesn't care, he just goes for it. It's ridiculous, like 8-9 punch cycle, and like it can't be understated how hard it is to get a 9 punch cycle on vamp. Like, that is, there's a lot that goes into that. It's not just your punching, it's also his positioning and so on. Like, so it's damn difficult. But here's Emma. So the game is going to slow down dramatically. I should say that it's going to slow down dramatically. And as it slows down, I will finish my sentence from earlier, which was, skipping a codec in the HD collection is a great deal of time saved, because you might have noticed, and especially if you haven't played in a while, maybe you played on the PS2 or you played the PC version, which does exist by the way, you might have, hold on, those codecs don't usually open that slowly, and they don't on any other, it's only the HD collection, so there's like a couple of seconds of delay. It can be, and the worst thing is it varies. Sometimes it's not so bad and sometimes it's really bad. So the swim glitch letting you skip a codec, you can save quite a decent amount of time. So the swim glitch is a great thing on console, but on PC it's not really worth doing unless you're like on PC, I guess, where you need to save like every second you can.
Yeah.
And it's incidentally also much harder on PC for some reason. I know I tried doing it on PC and I can do it, but I find like my fingers really hurt from doing it because you have to mash so much harder. I guess maybe the frame rate, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I just know it is. Like, you might think, because I heard people say before, like I'd heard Tyler mention it, you know, oh God, it's a lot harder on PC. And like, what are you talking about? Like, how is it harder on PC? It's ridiculous. And then you do it, it's like, oh God, what the fuck is this? Like, why? It doesn't make any sense. But it's like, when you think about it, it makes no sense at all. Like, it shouldn't be more difficult on PC. Emma, please. So swimming with Emma is hard because she gets stuck on everything. Oh my God.
You become like a big tank in the water, and there's some sea mines in the way, and those sea mines will end your run very quickly. You can, I think, survive one on your own, but Emma can survive none.
No, I don't even think you can survive one. I think you're dead. I think it's immediate. That's it. It's game over.
Just kill everyone then, yeah.
Because I think I remember. I think on Limes' PC run, on his most current one, it even says he lost Big Boss to the sea mines. And I mean,
yeah,
I've been there. I did lose Big Boss to those damn mines once. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's the Emma abuse section of the game. We're gonna drown her, choke her. We're not gonna kick her through a door because we don't do that in HD collection, but we're just gonna be all round mean to her.
Yeah, we're gonna bully Emma just a little bit. It's fine. It's just a little bit of bullying, casual bullying. There's no harm in it. So we need to take a really particular line here with Emma, just guard cycles pretty much. When I get to the stairs, there's gonna be a little cutscene. guards coming down the elevator. It's fine, we don't need to worry about him. We're just gonna carry on, mosey on.
Yeah, you may think, Raichu, your movement was absolutely crap there. No, it was on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, like I took the most like indirect line I could possibly get. Uh-oh. Cool. Wow. Oh, Jesus. This is fine. So I'm just gonna have to get over here. Okay, I'm not sure actually where the hell to stand here.
Pure backups.
I'm probably dead. If I can make it out to this bridge, God bless. Okay, well, that's fine.
We take those.
So I'll come out here, and I'm gonna have to kill myself real quick, because trying to escort Emma while under siege is... That's okay.
Right, come in.
It's one of them where, you know, when you leant around the
Right.
door to get the attacking guard. If that was MGS3, you wouldn't be able to see you because you're invisible if you lean from whatever your core position is. But MGS2, you're seen whenever you lean or if you stand in your tiptoes, whatever, if you can't be seen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, that's... Oh,
There's such an MGS3 strat you tried there.
yeah, that's why I did it, because I forgot that they can see you around corners in this game. I hate this game. No, I don't really. I love this game, but yeah, that's basically what I did without even realizing. I was doing MGS3 stuff without even realizing it.
I was literally thinking when you got into the position on the corner, I was like, yeah, you'd just be able to lean and get these guards. Just MGS3 brain all the time.
So that's what happens when you... That's why running like multiple games in this series is a really way down. Nightmare.
No,
We saw ya.
no! Jack,
Let's go.
please
You
answer
got
me!
like blind on
Jack!
everything until Euro.
I was spraying the fire for too long, I think. That's fine. I'm not even upset. So I don't care. It's fine. It's all fine. It's because I got shot twice. Usually you don't get shot and you can take a hit there if he sees you, but that's okay. I'll just trank him in the head before I spray the fire. We're almost... We're getting somewhere. We're almost finished.
We only have her for like such a short amount of time, but the short amount of time you have Emma for, she's an absolute pain in the arse, and this is why we choke her and drown her and stuff. It's like payback.
Okay, so that guy dealt with.
We got backups on backups.
You do, like when you're in this on UEX, like you have to, because there's no forgiveness. So we're just gonna drop Emma here, by the way. Just go through the door. You can drag her to the door, and that's what I used to do. But then I think some kind soul figured out, oh, you don't need to do that. That's stupid. I was like, oh yeah, no, you're right. That is stupid. But yeah, oh my god, dude.
There's somebody there.
No. It's alright, he's gonna get distracted by the dude asleep on the floor. Aha. Aha. Go to sleep.
Tough old rooms with Emma.
Yeah.
Blame Emma, it's Emma's fault.
It's always
She's
like,
got gammy legs.
everything is more awkward than ever, like it's... I don't like it. Not one bit. But yeah, we're not too far off being done here. Once
We just have the hardest section in the whole game to go.
Yeah.
So, fear not everyone.
like once we clear the sniping section, it's fairly... maybe 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
It's smooth sailing through hell.
Yeah. Some of the most difficult stuff coming. I'm nervous for the Rays, honestly.
Nah, you'll be fine.
I mean, it may be, but
There's only 20 of them.
it's only 20. You're only a little bit rusty. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
If there's anything I could say about the Ray fight, it's very forgiving.
That's a lie. I was concentrating, but that's a lie. I think I might not even bother going non-lethal for this, because like the boss is long since dead.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Shit,
That's right. I remember the last time I played MGS2 and I stopped playing for a little while. I was on Big Boss and I shot one of these guys in the head by accident because I guess I had my PSG1 out and didn't realize what I was doing.
We on the wrong sniper rifle.
Yep.
Happens.
Oh my days. This just slows us down. Oh. Jesus. What are you made of?
Yeah, it's gonna live forever, I see.
Yeah, like,
I thought you said 30 punches, not 30 sniper rounds.
Okay, I'm gonna keep checking that paranoid because Emma is very fragile and one claymore will kill her. So I'm always going to be paranoid just across that bridge. And I'm just going to say it now, if Emma hits a claymore that I missed, I'm probably just going to call it because I would be like years behind the estimate at that point.
I've seen a man die inside live on stream for that happening.
Yeah, poor Edge.
In real time. You can pinpoint the moment that his heart breaks.
I'll never oh god, I'll never forget that poor Edge. Like, and not just once, but like, it happened like twice in a row. Well, this guy gets his legs shot off and he just stands up like, sorry. He's still good. So yeah, this is fairly quiet, so I guess if you feel like plugging the cause or if there's any donations. Because there's not a whole lot. This is just point and shoot pretty much.
Yeah, why not? Hello, we're the members of DLimes13's Discord community and I suppose Twitch community as well. Outside of when DLime streams, we get together in his Discord, which is Lime City. I'm going to post it in the chat. We wanted to run something like this for a while. Recently it became apparent that one of our friends in the community, Brandon, was having a bad time with personal circumstances. We wanted to do something to help him, so we decided to put on this marathon, raise as much money as we can for him, show off the different members of the community and the different games that they run. If you'd like to donate, you can do it on this link here, and also any subs, bits or anything like that to the channel will also benefit Philo as well. We'll be doing this for about the next 7 hours today, and then tomorrow another 8 hours as well. You can get the schedule, and I'll bring it up on screen now. So yeah. Thanks for everyone for being here, it's been great so far.
Hello? This guy is... Alright.
Did you get that invincible guards glitch?
Yeah. I got the
I hate when that happens.
not paying attention glitch. Okay, I'm gonna just... I keep forgetting that... See, the last time I played this, that much I played, I think, very easy for the tournament. So I'm kind of forgetting that, like, you kind of do have to do stuff. You can't just look at your phone or stare out the window or whatever. You have to actually pay attention. Cause
Or just sit and vibe to Twilight Sniping.
yeah,
One of the
I
best
hate
soundtracks of this game.
I mean, I'm kind of over all the music in MGS2 at this point. I've heard it so much, but like so my way, like my thing with MGS2's music is I can tell what's good and what's not good, but I kind of hate all of it. Especially the credits music. I really don't like that at all anymore. But I love Wiki.
It's kind of like when you work somewhere and the same album's on every single day, and you begin to hate every track on it. It's
yeah,
like that. This is work.
Yeah, usually I guess we will use non-lethal depending on the person. Some people can't be asked. Some people prefer to use it. I'm
one of those people.
I just can't be fucked right now. It's like Big Boss is long since dead. I just want to get through this ASAP. What is
Big
coming up
Boss
next,
died
actually?
on that tanker 2 years ago.
It really did. Died before I turned the console on, really. What is next actually after me? I can't remember.
It's Mr. Joseph Joestar himself. more Raiden, more Ryzen.
Yes, MGR. That's a good run. Like, I don't really care for MGR like at all. As a game, I think it's kind of trash. But
It's not what you look for in a Metal Gear game, right?
no,
But
it's like it's a good game, but it's not. They should not have put. They only put that there to sell it. Like, let's be honest. I really wish they hadn't. Similar to very much like Survive, honestly. No offense. If you like Survive, that's cool. Like, God bless you. But, like, it's not. They shouldn't have. It's not a Metal Gear game. Like, if we're being honest with ourselves. But
I love the speedrun. I love watching Joe do it.
yeah, like that's what I was gonna say. Like, MGR is like, as a speedrun, is like, it's just something to look at. Like, it's a marvel. As a game, it's trash. As a speedrun, it's really nice. And I think a lot of games are like that, honestly.
Yeah, I think either one or the other is normally true. It's not normally both.
So, Cramp's leg. He didn't need that leg anyways.
We shoot him in the shin there because he'll never put Emma in the way of it, so we can spam bullets. And after all that, and it was some real effort on Raichu's part to get Emma safely across that rail fence, she's dead.
Or
All that
dying.
hard work.
She's about to be dead. Just like everyone we meet. Maybe Raiden's the real threat on this decontamination facility. So yeah, so there's some menu to do. I need the chat screen.
So we're in a time section here. This is one of these areas that if you die, it's going to put you right back to the start of it. So it's incredibly rough.
Yeah, it's like, I think anywhere with those time nonsense, it's like, you die, oh well, you get to go back to the start. Luckily, the start in this case is not too far away, because the only place you're liable to die is like, well, I could have died in Street E if that guy had shot me, but the only other place you really are likely to die is here. You could die in the core if you went the wrong way, but that's kind of your own fault for going the wrong way.
You'd have to really try.
Yeah, like
die in the car.
Snake, God bless his soul, and I'll stop for a minute. Just, he put claymores down there for some reason. I guess the idea is to perturb Raiden from pissing around, but like at the same time, like, you know, couldn't you, like, it's like a really loose, it's a really shitty explanation for it, because I put down this like incredibly lethal trap to so you wouldn't fuck around. I'm like, alright, cool. Which is invisible, no less. There's stealth equipped claymore mines, of course, so you can't even fucking see him. It's like, oh yeah, no, that's cool.
What I do think it does really well is if you try and go through the wrong doors, like the locked doors, the kernel phones you and tells you that like, the area is in lockdown. You can't use this door.
Jack the
I just think
Ripper.
that's better than putting random claymores on the floor to stop you.
You know this
Yeah,
fellow?
just give you a call and you're
You remember me,
hey,
don't you?
do you mind? Like,
You've grown.
You're going the wrong way, mate.
the game wants you to
High
hit triangle. You
concentration
don't
of
have to.
cerebral implants. Have they altered your memory too?
Your O2 will go down to 0, but you won't actually lose health because it's like it's a tutorial. Again, this.
Yeah, we're now in the end section of the game, Arsenal. Every single room from here is hard, like really, really hard.
Mr.
You thought it was bad before.
To you.
You were wrong.
Yeah, it's like it's really, really tough. The end of
So you
this,
joined
the end of MGS2 is very, very tough. The first room, Jejunum, the
Olga,
guards are
you can't
upgraded.
keep
The
this
guards
up.
are now
They're bound
Tengus,
to find
and
you.
they have
Listen,
additional
I'll free you
attacks.
in a little
They
while.
can move
Brace
up to the higher
yourself.
floors instantly. They like alert way, way faster. It's a very, very difficult room.
It's not fun, that's for sure. So we're gonna call Mr. X. No, that's the wrong person. We're gonna call Rose. Now, Rose will call us eventually, but if we call her, it just saves us some time waiting. Because until this call finishes, we can't leave our little trap. Or our restraints, I guess. But yeah, now we're free. We're free to live our best life.
Yeah, something I forgot to mention as well. We're completely naked. We have no stuff, which prevents us from doing certain things as well. Just makes the game way harder.
Because, you know, if it wasn't bad enough. Like. So one thing that's really
Up to
urgent.
now we've been coasting.
Did I say urgent? One thing that's really vital is when we come into Jejunum, I have to hold select to answer that codec as fast as possible, because I can't let the codec. So the force codecs are kind of weird. They'll ring like that for a second or two before they force you to answer it, but in that time the very first guard is approaching. So if we want to, like I did, roll right past them, I need to answer the codec frame 1 effectively, or as soon as possible. I mean, I guess if you hit select when you load into the room, it'll do, but it's just easier. Why bother with all that nonsense when you can just hold select, which is what I'm doing here. So it's one of those little things you build up in your memory. I guess speedrunners call it muscle memory, which this phrase never made any sense to me, so I just prefer to say memory. It's just one of those little things you build up, places you know you need to hold select. And I'm going to stand right here. So there's going to be 5 calls, and then the 6th one will be rolled. So this is our 3rd. These aren't force answered, I'm answering them manually. You can ignore them if you like, but we're just going to stay here longer. If that's something you want to do, then God bless your soul, but I want to get out of here and have pizza. So I think Rose will be the next one. Pretty sure. So as this one ticks out, I'm just going to hold select, and I was correct.
Sorry about earlier.
It's okay. So here's another little thing where you have to do something. I have to swing the sword once. Only once. If you don't hit it, if you don't swing it at least once, you'll be here forever. The game will not transition. It just, you will be here forever. I remember, and we figured that one out, because Tyler did Tyler, if you don't know Tyler 202222222222, you should follow him on Twitch. He's a pretty good MGS tuner, and he was at AGDQ.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay at the game, I'd say.
Last year.
Good at it.
He's quite good at. He also, I think he kind of speedruns a lot more variety these days, but he's a very good speedrunner in general. God bless his soul. What was I going to say about him? Yeah, he was doing an arcade stick run, or a fight stick, I should say. And the fight stick he used did not have a right stick button, which is what you use to control the sword. And I could just, it was that day we learned you can't leave the hallway without swinging your sword. So if you go to the Metal Gear category extension and look at the arcade stick run rules, it will specify that you're allowed to use the arcade stick. You're allowed to break the rules of the arcade stick only, just for that one room, so you can and leave. I'm not sure how solidus works. I think you just have to punch solidus to that. I think.
Thank you for giving us the complete history of the arcade stick percent of this run. Why you smashed Tengu 1 first
I don't know
time.
I don't know how I did that.
Brilliant, mate.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely brilliant.
Damn, kid.
I need Snake to hurt me because I need to be less than. I need to be at a 3rd health or less. Otherwise, he'll be using his USP.
Don't push yourself.
1. If Snake uses a USP, it's bad times for all because 2, he'll die basically. Chances are 3. So I'm gonna choke this guy 10 times. Or actually, I'm gonna count 4, and I'll let Apache explain what I do if he knows.
So in Tengu 2, right at the start, we're going to grab one of the Tengus in a chokehold. We have to distract Snake first, and you'll notice that he pushed into Snake a little bit. That prevents him from immediately executing the guard we're trying to grab. We're now going to hold this Tengu. So essentially, the glitch is performed because new Tengus will spawn in all the time. Once the game recognises that the Tengu from the first set is still in the room, it assumes that the game is glitched and that there's a Tengu somewhere that can't be killed, and so it will just end the fight. So this is called the Tengu 2 skip. It's very, very difficult for a number of reasons. It's RNG related. Snake can just die because he's fighting all the Tengus on his own. Sometimes he'll just get absolutely murdered. We have no control over that. We've seen it happen in races as well, which is hilarious. The other thing that can happen is Tengu's going to run into this room and kill you. Obviously his health's quite low as well, so it's very easy for him to die. But as long as we've done it correctly, this fight will end relatively soon. The glitch can also be performed with the coolant spray, but it doesn't work as well on the HD collection of PC version, although I believe people have managed to perform it. It's more of a PS2 strategy. So the fight should end in a sec. Oh no. So yeah, if they come into the room, we'll just
It came as a complete
punch them and
surprise
distract
when
them.
Ocelot discovered the
So yeah, you see those
S3
Tengus still in the room,
data
but the
from
fight
GW.
ended. So that
Not
was
a
nice.
bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect
This is an
assassin to
unskippable
retire
cutscene.
Solid
So it's
Snake's
okay, I'll just read a
brother.
quick donation from Z
S3
Weapon Z.
stands for
Donated
Solid
1061. He
Snake
said,
Simulation.
"Y'all got scissors."
It's a development
I
program
think
to
he needs
artificially
some
reproduce
scissors, that is.
Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR resolution.
Okay, so as I
Sound
say,
like
this
someone
section
you know?
is just
Jack.
unskippable.
I'm
There's nothing we
sorry
can do to
see you
speed it up.
reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets.
It's worth mentioning that the
But I've made use
gamers
and
of
their plan.
Metal Gear Speedrunning do actually have a bounty for
Solid
this
Snake's
game.
sudden appearance,
For anyone to
your
find a skipper
arrival. It was
secrets
obvious
break,
the
and it's for
Patriots were among my
$1,000.
ranks.
So if you want
I had to
$1,000,
smoke out the agent before the mission
Find
entered
a skip
the
for this
final
game.
phase. You came in handy.
one
as
of these
bait.
unskippable sections would be great. The next fight is
Those
Rays.
days during the Civil War
The
were as
Rays
real
are
as they come.
particularly difficult, especially on
Every
European
day was
Extreme.
absolute.
Any of their
Split
attacks
between
apart from the
life
machine
and
gun
death.
will kill us,
You ran
and we have
from
to
it.
kill 20
And
of
now
them,
you've been
or
led
20
back to
health
war
bars
by
worth of
something
Rays.
less than real.
This fight takes between something like 5 and 9 minutes, depending on how you do it. And obviously, if you get killed at any point, you go back to the beginning and start the fight again. It can't be overstated. It can't be overstated how difficult this fight is. Very, very satisfying. So I think Raichu's going to mute for this section purposefully, because it is very, very challenging. I'll do my best to walk through it. At the start here, he's doing a particular pattern on the railing, and he wants to set up the railing. The railing is where you essentially have them all spawn in on the same position. It's really, really difficult. And what he'll do is he'll maneuver around and make certain attacks from the rain, do well to avoid them, while he also hits them in the leg and then the head. He can survive, as I say, a machine gun hit because he has the body armor, but he can't survive any of the attacks. So this fight is really just about not losing your concentration at any moment, acknowledging which Ray is going to come onto the stage, ensuring that they're always incapacitated as best as possible, and that you keep them both together here in this position where the two Rays are together. You want to keep them there for as long as possible. With the Stinger, when you aim at the different lock-on points, it will flash red. If you fire a Stinger before you're locked on, it will fire much slower, and it will also not go as far too. What we do is, if a Ray gets into a weird position, we'll sometimes fire out the Stinger and then lock on, which is something called a hook shot. So, TMB one here. But yeah, this fight is very, very technical. Very, very difficult. I don't think there's many people who can do it to the kind of standards that you need to speedrun. Probably like 10 people, worldwide who can do it. And then there's probably like 5 people who can do it well. It's a really, really good fight. But I think that becomes plainly obvious once you see someone actually doing it. And he's making a good job of it so far. He did have to wait for some time. In the top left you can see the Ray and then the serial number. The fight ends around the end of the E or the beginning of the something. I think C1E come on. So we can see like they still quite early into the fight. Every headshot's taking a third of its health as well. So for 2 Stingers you get a third of the Ray's health. So you can see like how long this fight actually is. And obviously you'll run out of things quite quickly, so we have ammo packs all around the map as well, in static positions, so when you hear as you drop one of the stinkers. What Raichu's doing here, I believe, is just standing on top of the ammo pack, so he's immediately replenishing his missiles every time fired. Doing a good job of this so far, especially with the rust. Whenever the raid does a machine gun, you kind of have to move in like shape, because it will aim at you before it starts firing the original machine gun sprite, and then it will always follow like the same pattern. He can survive that once, and it will take him down to bleeding health, and then he'll have to find time to crouch on the floor in order to recover his health if he wants to be able to, you know, take another one and continue to fight. That's really scary then. He kind of like gambles with the ray as it fires the machine gun at him. If you hit the ray while it's firing at you, it will stop. So we have to hope that it hit him first, and fortunately it did. When the rays first come to the arena, they'll open the mouth as well. You can score like a shot in the mouth, hitting them in the leg first. And sometimes when they'll do like a beam kind of attack, they open the mouth for that as well. Because sometimes they just score headshots on that as well. More of an older strategy though, you don't really see them doing the beam cannons with like modern race straps and stuff. There really is no spiral, like it's just hard all the way through it. If anything, the pressure mount is more towards the end, because you can be like one hit to finish in the fight and then get taken out. These missiles will land, when you shoot missiles out like that, they land in a pattern, so if you run to the left or right, you can avoid them. You can also hear them. So like the ray makes a really obvious sound when firing those missiles. So they're quite easy to avoid, but again, it's timing on which judge it. He died in one hit. He's actually doing such a great job with this so far. Moving into the D's now. So we're now into Lansing, which is quite nice to sort of the lake in the fight. Something we really wanted for this game was like an unlimited race mod, where we can just fight them forever. So we dodge the knee rockets there, you have to kind of like bait and then roll out of the way. They can be a bit of a nightmare to avoid. So if the rays are separated like this, your missiles are going to take a lot more fly before it hits them. And obviously all that time you're losing time, you're doing a lower DPS. So we do try and avoid that where possible, but it is always possible. It's very difficult to set the rays on the floor. Shot without a lock on there, it's a bit rough because when you don't get a lock on, you don't absorb damage to the head. Very technical fight, I would say. It's pretty obvious how hard this actually is. Collection, the PlayStation 3 that Raichu's playing on at the moment, the Stinger causes quite a lot of lag, so every time you fire, it's slowing the game down by a really pronounced amount. On the PC, they don't lag at all. But when you fight in the raid, a lot of people feel more comfortable because the game is slowed down. Like it actually benefits you in a game like here, even though ITP-wise you can do it all the time. Again, dodging that missile quite nicely. he knows like if he gets hit once, the fight's over. He has to start again. It's pretty scary. I don't even feel calm watching it, and he's finished. Very, very nice. Like I say, I don't feel calm watching it. It's scary. Very, very scary fight.
Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair.
And now we get the
I
torture.
admit that I underestimated
It's our
you.
gift for winning that fight. Right, you're still muted in Discord if you're speaking. I can't hear you, mate. The torture is nerfed on HD Collection,
I'll squeeze the
which
answers
makes
out of you
it a lot
instead,
easier.
my son.
But still pretty hard if you're a bad matcher like me. The health that we're left with after this kind of torture scene is what we're going to take into the final fight against Solidus. So you do want to, you know, match for your life here, quite literally. So if we lose a bit of health here, we're not going to mind too much. Like the amount he lost there is kind of fine.
It's not him I want the answers from.
But I've seen people go into the fight with one hit from death, and Solidus can give you some trouble when you're low health like that. Welcome back, Raichu. That was a really nice race fight, mate. So he's lost a little bit of health on the Solidus, but it's not gonna be a detriment too much. This is the final fight of the whole game. Solidus, President Solidus, Dr. Octopus Arms. We have to fight him with a sword. We don't have any other weapons. We're going to do a loop to him, so essentially we're going to force him into a situation where we can just infinite him for both phases.
Once we get through cutscenes and codex.
Once we get through the 500,000 cutscenes, yeah.
That's not true. We have another weapon. It's our fist. That's our most prized weapon in this fight.
Yeah.
So this
It'd be a lot easier if we had the Stinger still.
So basically the idea here is attacking his good side, and then I'm swiping on his good side and going to his other eye, which is the eye patch, so he can't see.
Let's go.
And you know, all the weak justifications this game has, stuff. This is a justification for something I really like. I really like that that's a thing. The Solidus can't see you on the right side of the eye patch. It just makes sense. If you have an eye patch
with you, yeah, sometimes Solidus will kind of boosters in the face. It's kind of normal.
So yeah, what you kind of want to do is like back him into the corner so he can't get away from you. The movement to get around it to punch him like that is a little tricky, especially if you haven't been doing it for ages.
The other thing is the camera. The camera is terrible during this fight, and depending on where he is, it's just can be so much worse. It's a rough little fight. It's pretty nice compared to Rage, right?
Oh yeah, no, it's a much easier fight than the Rays, but it's also anticlimactic in its own way. Like the Ray fight is so like epic and grand, and then you come and you just punch somebody to death. You know? You just punch a man to death, like it's kind of stupid.
So yeah, between phase 1 and 2, he does a little cutscene, and says it's where it gets interesting, and then we can immediately go back and do the exact same fight from phase 1. So the fight doesn't actually change at all, apart from the fact that we know it's going to get broken up like that.
Yeah, like the main difference now is if he knocks me down, he'll either attack me with a sword, or he'll like run away. But there'll be no, every attack he wants to do has to be kind of close. You can't attack me with missiles or whatever. All the same, still not my worst Solidus fight.
It's looking good.
Oh, yeah, I expected that.
Couple more.
There we go. And that's time, obviously. I know D-Lime's
Well
just
done,
managing the
Raichu.
time. I don't think I need to tell him when time ends for MGS2. And he wants me to... I was told I have to wait to see if the
Do
credits
you
froze or
remember
not.
this place?
Of course.
We're expecting a credit freeze.
This is where we first
I
met.
mean, this is... Yes, he is.
I remember
I don't know.
now.
I don't get them that often, but I do get them.
Today is the day I met you.
It's just not terribly common, thankfully.
That's it.
Turn the game audio down to make it so loud in my ear. But yeah, I guess while I wait for that, I'll just thank you for watching this train wreck overrun. It's my own fault. I didn't practice because I've been too busy doing real life stuff. Because Mrs. Raichu and I just moved house.
I think
Unfortunately,
I found something to
a new
pass
house
along
didn't
to the future.
endow me with new skill to not play for
He
weeks
said
and
all
then
living
be good
things
at the game,
want
so
their genes
that's a
to
shame.
I think it was pretty good. It was only slightly overestimate. 134.
Yeah,
That's not too bad. That's
Decent,
your
mate.
genes aren't the
That-
only
that-
The raids were
organs.
phenomenal. The whole end
That's
game was
one
actually
thing
really,
God
really good.
written into our DNA.
Yeah, the
And
end game
that
went
is
really
why
smooth.
it's
I,
like the hardest part.
I really expected it to be much
What
worse.
kind of things?
About
Yeah,
the
like
environment, our
when
ideas,
when
our
I'm able to
culture,
stream again, if you'd like to see
poetry,
better speedruns, you can follow my Twitch. It's RaichuMGS
sorrow,
if you want.
joy.
I'm not usually
good
this
stream.
We'll
bad.
tell them everything
Mrs. Righteous,
together.
she can attest to that.
Is that a proposal?
Wow.
This is for your ears.
But
only.
I don't know if it's yeah, I have nothing else to say. Donate to the cause, please.
Thanks for opening for us.
Not at all. And I think I'm back tomorrow with MGS4, so that'll be
Certainly
something.
are. You can check the schedule for that MGS4 tomorrow by Raichu. Next up we've got Joe. He's doing some Metal Gear Rising. So if you like Raiden, stick around for that.
And this is where we find out if it freezes or not. I think. Pretty sure.
I stare at the stars and the sky
Bye.
up above.
Ah, no credit freeze. I'm pretty sure.